So AI can't create. It can only remix and repurpose what's already available. And in this video, I'm going to explain exactly what I mean by this and also provide examples using ChatGPT. Now, I just got out of a great conversation from someone talking about this exact topic of how AI can't create anything original. So I thought, why not just record myself in this unscripted fashion and explain what's going through my head right now? So I think there's a huge misconception floating around in the world of generative AI where we have hundreds of these tools, right? We have AI image generators, video generators, audio generators. We have a million AI copywriting tools at this point that are all white label OpenAI, white label Claude. But here's the underlying issue. None of these tools can actually create anything original. And let's think about this, right? So in terms of copywriting, where is ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini getting their outputs from? They're getting their outputs from data that already exists on the internet, and they're putting their own little spin on it using the different training data to provide those outputs. Same with AI image generators, with Midjourney, with Leonardo, Imagine with Meta AI, Ideogram. They're all taking existing images that exist somewhere on the internet and they're repurposing them based on whatever the text prompt is and their training data is into their own variations of that. Same with audio generation. They're taking audio tracks that are available on the internet. Same with videos. They're taking examples of videos that are available on the internet. And I think this is a very important topic to discuss, is that many people believe that these generative AI tools can actually create original ideas from scratch, and that is simply not the case. So if this is your first time to the channel, my name is Ryan. I appreciate you being here, and my number one goal is to help you navigate the overwhelming world of artificial intelligence. So subscribe to my channel, like this video, but most importantly, leave a comment below. I want you to chime into the conversation. Do you think AI can create, or do you agree with me and think that AI can't create? But regardless, let's dive in and explain further. So when it comes to copywriting and creating simple text outputs, I'm going to show you the first example here of why AI can't actually create something original. So one popular example that I see people do all the time, and I'm going to use ChatGPT in all these examples. You can do the same. Same applies here for Claude, Gemini, Grok, etc. ChatGPT is just the most popular AI chatbot by far. So I'm going to do a prompt like, write me a blog post about the best AI image generators right now. And what this is going to do, and this is common, right? A lot of people use ChatGPT for both long form and short form content creation, is it's going to write me a blog post on the best AI image generators right now. And what this is doing is it's simply scraping the internet and looking for the top results on Google or Bing, probably Bing since Bing is integrated inside ChatGPT. And it's writing me an article as it's repurposing or remixing content that currently exists. And this is where the question of ethics comes into play with AI. So right here we have DALL-E 3, we have Adobe Firefly, Midjourney, Runway. I think you can generate images on Runway. I'm not actually sure about that. Video for sure. Stable Diffusion. But regardless, right? So if I come to Google search and say best AI image generators, we're probably going to see several articles that mention the same tools, right? So here's one from Zapier. If I click this, best AI image generators in 2024, DALL-E, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, Adobe Firefly. Same if we go to CNET or any other popular website. We have DALL-E 3, Adobe Firefly, Leonardo AI, Canva, et cetera, right? So DALL-E 3 is at the top of the list for both of these. You could go down the list here and go to ZDNet, Buffer, regardless, right? Like DALL-E 3, Stability, et cetera. And if I X out of this, DALL-E 3 right here, right? We have Midjourney, Adobe Firefly, same exact image generators that were on this other article, Stable Diffusion, Runway ML, et cetera. But long story short, the point I'm trying to get across in this first example is that ChatGPT simply scraped the internet and looked at what was already ranking high on Google and Bing for this specific keyword, best AI image generators, and it compiled all of the top results, respun it in its own words based on training data from OpenAI, and then put together this blog post. So Claude does the same thing, right? It's just different training data from Anthropic. Grok has different training data from xAI. Gemini has different training data from Google, right? But they're just simply repurposing and remixing what's already available. This is not original content whatsoever. Now, the same can be said for short form content. So if I come up here and prompt it with the following, write me 3 LinkedIn posts about why AI can't create. You'll see it has 3 posts right here. And let's read one really quickly. AI can analyze vast amounts of data and generate outputs based on patterns, but creativity is more than just a recombination of existing ideas. That's another great way to phrase it, the recombination of existing ideas. So for example, right, all these hashtags, all this actual short form content that it's pulling, it's getting this from somewhere on the internet. It's potentially scraping LinkedIn for similar posts, just like I asked it. It's potentially looking at other articles that talk about LinkedIn post formats, things of that nature, but it is all repurposing and remixing. This is not original whatsoever. Now, in this next example of why AI can't create, I'm going to dive into AI generated images. So if I pop open ChatGPT and type in generate an image of New York City, just something quick here, and click enter, I'm going to do the same for Google Gemini, as that can also generate AI images. And if you come over to Google Images and type in New York City, you're going to see most of these are actual images taken by actual photographers, as you'll see right here. Same with Bing Images. Now, there probably are some AI generated images on side Bing. As you'll see, they're trying to push their image creator and whatnot, but most of these still should be real images of New York City on both Google Images and Bing Images. And if I come back to ChatGPT and click, I said generate an image of New York City, obviously there's a lot of flaws here, right? So I'm not sure, I'm not from New York City. I've been there a few times, but I know that this is not accurate. And if I go to Google Gemini, this looks a little more accurate. So if I click to the right there, that looks more accurate than what I got from DALL-E 3 inside ChatGPT. But regardless, the point still remains clear. This cannot create original images. Now, you may sit here and think, well, that's not actually New York City, so how is this not an original image? But what this is doing to generate images, what DALL-E 3 is doing, is it's scraping, I believe it's Bing Images. I don't know if it's scraping Google Images, but I know it's scraping Bing Images to generate what it believes to be New York City based on all of these existing images that currently exist. Same with Gemini. They're scraping Google Images to create AI-generated images based on actual photos of New York City all over here in Google Images that were taken from real photographers. So again, the point remains clear here. This is not an original image. This is remixed and repurposed from images of New York City that already exist. Now, on the topic of AI video, the same principle still applies. Artificial intelligence cannot create original video. Obviously, Sora is the big player here. This is OpenAI's AI video model, not available to the public yet. Who knows if it'll ever be released at this point. But regardless here, someone who's new to generative AI and generative AI video, they might see videos like this with these prompts attached to them, and they may think, wow, Sora or whatever other AI video model can generate these, realistic looking videos from simple text prompts. And someone may say, well, Ryan, how could this not be original? I mean, look at this. Where is it getting this from? Well, actually, OpenAI has actually been known to scrape and transcribe, as it says right here, over 1 million hours of YouTube videos to train GPT-4 and their other models like Sora. So again, going back to the ethics question, OpenAI is scraping YouTube videos and probably Rumble videos and all these other video platforms that are available online to train these AI models. We're seeing the same here with Google Veo. This is their competitor to Sora. So look at that, right? That's an AI generated video. Think about all the data that, Google has at their disposal with billions and billions of hours of YouTube videos. So if you want to eventually at some point say, hey, give me a drone shot of New York City, or, give me a drone shot of Paris, right? Google is going to be able to scrape YouTube, and Sora probably will as well, and it can give you a drone shot based on a simple text prompt because it has all of this data that's original from YouTube. Now, obviously that screws the original creators and it screws the drone photographers in that example that I just gave, but circling back, it is repurposing and remixing data from YouTube that already exists. It is not creating original videos. So hopefully you've made it this far in the video, and I appreciate you if you have and you're still watching, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with me that AI can't create, or do you actually think AI can create original content, videos, images, etc.? Now, kind of wrapping this all up, do I think AI will never be able to create? I'm not sure. I can't give a definitive answer because then we're looking at like a Terminator-esque situation where we have AI learning from AI, and that becomes a very dangerous situation of what people all fear with artificial intelligence. But I just thought it was important that I make this video. All these thoughts were kind of running around in my head, and I just thought, you know what, Ryan, why don't you just sit down, hit the record button, make an unscripted video, and just hear what people have to say in the comments and just go from there. So again, my name is Ryan. I really appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you all have a great day.